So the tractor, John Deere, you can probably tell because it's green. This is a 2006 John Deere 4520. It's got the 400X front bucket or forks on it, and we have an MX6, which is a 6-foot bush hog back there behind us. So this is a 4-cylinder turbo diesel. It's either 53 or 63 horsepower, I can't remember. We bought it used. We just got it in early 2019. It had 280 hours on it. We're up to almost 380. So it's been a really good tractor. It's got the ag tires, I think they're R1s. It's got a little bit of damage. It broke that, filling it up, bent a couple things, but it's been pretty good. Good tractor, we like it. It's, we were originally looking at like a little 1 series, or basically I call it a glorified riding mower, the like 25 horsepower, and those are good for a lot of people. Just out here we have big stuff we've got to move. The front pasture here is 2 acres. We needed a bigger bush hog. It'd really even be nice to have like an 8-footer, but we're working with what we got here. Here's the pile I was working on. If you were watching on R-Pan the other day, tractoring around, this is what we were doing. I pushed over that far tree way over there and piled a bunch of it up here. This is going to be a bonfire out here, but this needs mowing. You can see it's pretty deep. It's got 1 beer holder on it, which is convenient. Here's the pile. We threw all that on there. I'll do a quick rundown. There's some stuff's got a little knob on it for easy turning. This is the forward and reverse. This is the power reverser model. So it's not hydrostatic. It's got a 3-range transmission, A, neutral, B gear and C gear, 1, 2, 3, 4 and neutral in all of them. Here's your speed chart. So we're in B4 right now, wide open. We've been doing just under 6 miles an hour, 5.8. There's a throttle over here, or down here, little foot throttle. Brakes, this is connected brakes, or you can lift this up and the rear tires brake independently. Rear PTO engaged, so if we were mowing, I'd pull that up. That would snap this to life here and start spinning the gearbox on the mower. Over here we have the 3-point up and down, so we can lower our mower, our disc, bring it back up. And I don't remember what the capacity is on this for lift. I know we're at 3,400 pounds for the bucket on the front, or right now we got forks on. This is pretty easy. This is up, down, and then this is dump. If you're dumping the bucket, push it out, and that puts them down, pull it towards you. That lifts up. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Forward gear, bump that, and it just puts you in whatever you're in. So we're in B4, which is what we normally leave it on out here. We want to go to neutral, we just bump it here. We want to reverse, bump it here. It's got a clutch, so we can go from 3rd gear or 4th gear down to 3rd, 4th. We can't switch ranges unless we're stopped. So that's the basics of it. It's pretty simple. A lot of people are scared to drive a tractor. So there's not really a whole lot to it. This is a great tractor. Let me turn this. It's got the parking brake here. 4-wheel drive. Pull that, now we're in 4-wheel drive. Now we can change low gear, medium, high. And that was again here, so we're in B4 right now. Wide open throttle would be 5.8 miles an hour. If we were in C4, we'd be doing 17.3. If you really want to pull, go down to A, put it in A1. That's going to give you 1 mile an hour at wide open, which is using, I think it's 50 horse. I can't remember. That's a good big tractor. So we got the big wheels on it. The knobby, it's mostly off-road. We don't really take it on the road much. Here's the MX6.
pretty straightforward. So here, that's the rear PTO. It's the only PTO, which is power takeoff. So when that's engaged, that spins, this rotates, and that gets this gear in here going and spins this blade. And it just basically pulverizes everything. These little sticks I was messing with yesterday, we pushed that tree over, got all the stuff out of here. We're trying to reclaim this front pasture up here, all this, getting all this cleared up. I planted bougainvilleas up there. We'll do a drive-by. Those will grow up and throw flowers, pretty flowers, so that'll kind of make it private. And then once that gets up, people can't see in from here. We're going to take all the Brazilian pepper out over there so we can see from our house into this front pasture and see, you know, we have the animals up here, horses and cows, whatever. If we put our goat whiskey, we're trying to decide if we're going to fix whiskey or keep them separate. I kind of want to keep them separate, and this would be a good place. We could build a little fort for them out here, make it Fort Whiskey or something. Yeah, so I got the clippers on here from when we were just clipping. Yeah, here's the controls for the bucket up front, and that, because it's weight coming down, it'll come back down, but that's down, up, dump, or lift. You got your lights and your flashers, throttle, we went over all that. And this is removable, the 400X. Here's all the disconnects, and it sits on this, and the bucket here, if we were switching back to the bucket, we'd take these off, dump the forks here, and switch it right on over. It's a little banged up. This, when we bought this, the guy had to pick this up with his, he had a Bobcat with a grapple arm, and he kind of bent that for us, but that's all right, it's a tractor. So, yeah, we put 100 hours on it to change the oil. Very easy to change the oil on here. Here's the filter. The hood we can lift up. The air cleaner, it's very easy to work on. This leans forward, there's a little thing there, this goes up, and you can access everything for, you know, glow plugs or whatever you need to work on in there. We haven't really had to do much. It's a young tractor, even though it's a 2006. You've got your rear oil fill here. It's for hydraulic transaxle oil. We got a pull bar here, so if this hitting on, we take this off. Sometimes you just have to pull these pins here, this pin there, that one over there, and you can leave this if we're not using it. But it's been raining here, so we've been using it a lot, and it's kind of a pain to line this up with one person, so I leave it on here, and it balances us out. So if I'm lifting something heavy there, I don't have to worry about it. This adds the weight in the back. That's I forget how much this weighs, 500 or 600 pounds, so that gives us a little bit more stability when we're doing stuff with the front, with the basket on there. We got a basket that goes on there so we can put up, and we chainsaw it around here, and that basket up front, probably not really something that's kind of frowned upon, but we do what we want, I guess you could say. Yeah, nice big tires. It had a flat on one of them, but we used a ratchet strap, tightened it around there, put it on. Grease points, we just hit these grease points every so often with the grease gun. Some here, one there, this one here, here, and there's one down here behind the wheel and the axle. Just grease all the little grease points. There's some back here. It's just stuff you want to do. We check the oil. There's a little oil fill right there for the gear for the MX6. There's some oil points in here, and there's and we check the oil every time before we crank her up, make sure there's oil there. Yeah, that's it basically. Everything here, the seat moves around. This controls the speed in which the 3-point goes up and down. Here's your rear differential lock, so if you need to lock out the tires, if they're one spin, the other's not. That's the clutch. So yeah, everything's pretty straightforward. Parking brakes on. Get up here, keep it down here. Turn that on, that heats the go plugs. We're already hot because we've been moving around. Fires up. This tractor idles at right around 1,000. I think it's supposed to be 950. Parking brake down. Fourth gear forward. I pull the forks up so I can see that they're not going to be digging. That's it. And if we were going to mow, let's do this. If I'm mowing, I'm in B2. That's that middle gear. 2, second gear. And we'll come over here. Pop that up. See that started spinning. Throw some throttle. You can see here That's our rated PTO speed of 540 RPM. You can see we're engaged. Got a lot of fuel. Tractor's warm. And we use this. Now she's spinning. Generally go a little slower, that's why we're in B2, forward motion. We still get some good speed because our throttle's up. That's basically it. Drive around out here. If you're like me, you have a beer. If you're not like me, you have a water, maybe a sweet tea, I don't know, I'm not judging. But I'm not gonna actually mow all this today, I'm just giving you a little tour of the tractor if some people are interested in that. So we're still idle down just a tad bit. I'm not out here to do that today, so we'll put her back in neutral, disengage the PTO, bring our throttle back down. You can see we got a pretty good cut. I sharpened those blades, so I just take a little paddle blade on the grinder and sand those off a little bit. So I need to get out here and mow, but we got some water. It rained pretty bad yesterday, and trim these down. These are, I forget what they're called, but they're legumes, so they do, it's a nitrogen fixer. But I'm gonna head back up and get back to work. So this just lifts our back up. Gets that up in the air. Back to forward, back B4. Four-wheel gauge is not engaged. Four-wheel drive is not engaged. And then we'll just putz back up to the house. Well, that's it. I mean, it's a big machine, but it's pretty straightforward. Easy to use. It's basically got a built-in cruise control, so if we were disking or mowing, you can just, whatever you set it at, it's gonna stay. Well, you can see we got water standing out here. I do need to get out here and mow, but that's not today's project. So hopefully this audio turned out all right. If the audio doesn't turn out all right, it's probably just gonna get deleted. But I'm gonna go check on Allison. She's mowing with the zero turn. And probably grab another beer. But yeah, we need to clear all this, pull these Brazilian peppers out. Gonna run fence up here, clear that out. Got a weed eater around the ponds. Clean this up some more. Yeah, that's our, today's Saturday, that's what we do. That's how, you can't just spend 20 minutes out here, do a quick mow with the push mower or anything. Everything takes all day, seems like. It just feels like it all takes forever all the time. But we enjoy it. It's just something that we do now. It's our life, it's fun. Drink beer and tractor. Mow! Well, that's where we feed the gator and all the fish. Hammock, fire pit. Got a table over there that was my great grandmother's. Gonna do something with it. I don't know. I'm not gonna leave it there, I don't think, but I don't know. It's Allison's choice ultimately. But I'm gonna go park the tractor, and we'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.